Okay, welcome back. Your man Dominic K, of course, the all-new radioonfire.com. Dominic K in the morning. Here on the program, we deliver the biggest political and trending news stories of the day with interviews and original reporting from around the country. Coming from our studios in Atlanta and Baltimore. Show is fun, show is upbeat, but we also want to expose what's really happening in America. New episodes of the program drop weekdays, 8 a.m., but I don't want you to miss any of our live broadcasts. So in addition to this 8 a.m. program, we also drop news throughout the day, just like we're doing right now. So hit that notification bell so you get an alert when we go live. So 7 Texas officers have been fired in the death of 26-year-old Marvin Scott. You see him pictured. A probe is underway into his death. Mr. Scott had mental issues. He was being held for a misdemeanor marijuana possession in Texas. Okay. So these 7 sheriff's officers in Collin County, Texas, to be exact, linked to his death, happened last month. They were fired yesterday. An 8th officer resigned. Marvin D. Scott III, 26 years old, died after being restrained while being held on this misdemeanor marijuana possession charge. So that charge was March the 14th. All right. So the police allege, police going to allege a lot of things, right? Police allege that Mr. Scott was acting erratically. So he was taken to a hospital by Allen police officers, later their headquarters, then Collin County Jail, where he was restrained and pepper sprayed. According to the reports, a spit hood was placed over his head and he later died. Spit hood, that is something that we've been seeing them use lately, and it has been resulting in death afterwards. So evidence, according to Sheriff Jim Skinner, said in a statement, evidence I have seen confirms that these detention officers violated well-established. This is the sheriff saying this. Well-established sheriff office policies and procedures. So he said that in a statement. Since his death, members of Scott's family have gathered outside of Collin County's sheriff office. They want to know, how did their family member die? They want answers. His mother, Lysandra Scott, said in a press conference, we want to know, how did my son die? Just tuning in, Dominic K in the morning. The all-new radioonfire.com. Dominic K in the morning is now available on the WRF Radio app. Simply download WRF Radio in your app store. Leave me a message or a comment. Scroll your timeline, attend a Zoom meeting on mute, do some online shopping, send an email while you're listening to Dominic K in the morning. Shout out to WRF Radio. So there's a lot to this. I'm not here to make excuses for anyone, he said. This is the sheriff said earlier today, standing before cameras and assured viewers an official probe is taking place. That's what the sheriff said. The family has hired civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, who contracted a forensic pathologist to conduct an independent autopsy on the case. I've had a chance to chat with Lee Merritt on several occasions. That's a serious attorney there, and He's on the case. So the sheriff understands that people are upset, families are upset, the community is upset. He says that he is upset. The death of this man is a profound tragedy, the sheriff said, and we have an obligation to uncover the full and complete truth. Firm, concrete, and factual information, and that is exactly what the Texas Rangers and my internal affairs investigators are doing at this moment. Sounds good. Step in the right direction. But I want to see, these officers probably need to be arrested. Let's let them do their little investigation and we'll see what happens. The second autopsy on Scott, as told to NBC5, the investigation and history that is available to me so far is that he was restrained. He had a spit hood on his head. So the physical struggle of the restraint as well as the possible asphyxia from the restraint would likely be causes of his death. A negative autopsy, meaning no injuries, no blunt force trauma, is consistent with that. Yeah, so this is a tragedy here. We have a young 26-year-old black man with some mental challenges who's in jail, a misdemeanor amount of marijuana, and ends up dead. 7 officers. An 8th one has resigned. 8 officers involved in this? What is going on here? So yes, according to Lee Merritt, Scott had a history of mental issues and had previously been transported to a mental health facility during other interactions with the police. So if this goes to trial, they're going to start talking about all of that. Said that we found the initial arrest inappropriate. This was not something someone needed to be arrested for. We talked earlier about New York and how they're handling small amounts of marijuana. But quite frankly, Mr. Scott was suffering a mental health crisis in a public place. That's what happened. They said he was acting erratically. He was suffering a mental health crisis in a public place. He needed help. They failed to do that. They took him in custody, and in custody, he died. So we have another situation here. Another black man dead at the hands of the police, in custody of the police in Texas now. 7 officers fired. An 8th one resigned. Rest in peace to Marvin D. Scott III, 26 years old, of Texas. We're going to continue to follow this story. I mean, don't you get angry hearing about stories like this? I do. And this coming while we are going through the trial, the murder of George Floyd by the former officer Derek Chauvin. The first week in that trial has ended. And here we are to report this young man, dead last month in custody. Get breaking news, adult conversations covering topics important to Black culture. Visit radioonfire.com for our original radio, podcast, and TV programs. You want to support Diamond K in the morning? Very easy to do that. You do that via Cash App, $ DJ Diamond K, PayPal.me/radioonfire, DJDiamondK@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with me. Or visit radioonfire.com. I am able to deliver our news, our views on Diamond K in the Morning because of our listeners, sponsors, and of course your donations. Diamond K in the Morning is powered by the people, and we definitely need your support. So it is going to be a very eventful holiday weekend. We're going to be back with several news moments as news happens. So it's not the last time you're going to hear from me. Take a quick break. We'll be back. Radio on Fire is a listener-supported radio and podcast network streaming from our production facilities in Baltimore and Atlanta. We're able to broadcast programs like The Diamond K Show because of our listeners and some amazing partners like The Lifestyle Secrets. Are you a baby boomer? Were you born between 1946 and 1964? Well, more than 71 million Americans are baby boomers. And as you're continuing to age, the goal is to experience as few aches and pains as possible while staying mobile. TheLifestyleSecrets.com helps you do just that by providing a blueprint to reduce and or eliminate joint pain by teaching its members to communicate naturally with their bodies. TheLifestyleSecrets.com gives baby boomers step-by-step videos, natural recipes, and most importantly, the motivation to re-energize themselves naturally. Visit TheLifestyleSecrets.com to join this active community of baby boomers today. And I encourage you to shop with all the companies that support Radio on Fire. Before we get back to the show, have you ever had a NutriBurst liquid vitamin? This stuff tastes great, and they say it's great for you. NutriBurst liquid vitamin. Now, my girl Moochie told me about this, and me and Moochie go way back. She said, Diamond K, you have got to try this. So I asked Moochie, what's so special about NutriBurst liquid vitamin? What makes it so good? Then she gave me the rundown. Check this out. 72 minerals, 10 vitamins, 22 phytonutrients, 19 amino acids, 13 whole vegetables, and 20 herbs. Get your NutriBurst liquid vitamin today at TotalLifeChanges.com/MyMoochie. That's TotalLifeChanges.com/MyMoochie. Tell them Radio on Fire sent you.
Giving you more talk, more news, and more music. It's Radio on Fire.
This pandemic has really sped up what was already happening. The world has become even more digital. Folks are on their computers, their tablets, their phones, all the time. This is where people go to get their information. Here at Radio on Fire, our target listener is 23 to 54 years old. So business owners, I know times are hard, but I also know how important it is to get in front of your customers. Advertise your business, product, service, or event on Diamond K in the Morning or any of the other Radio on Fire programs. We have an affordable package for you. Visit radioonfire.com/advertise to get started. Again, radioonfire.com/advertise. We'd love to connect with you.